Hello everybody, it is Calxiyn here. If you guys enjoyed this video, remember that you guys should become patrons over on Patreon. So today we are going to be showing off a fan-made RWBY visual novel, which is pretty fucking cool.
So
I wanted to make a visual novel, if you guys didn't know. So this is awesome.
Drop some knowledge? I liked the fan-made visual novel before it was cool, because I follow Dashing Ice Cream.
Oh yeah, I know who that is.
Tumblr,
she's an artist, right?
And they're dope. And Life Hard Titty Soft. That's, if you're on gay Tumblr, you know what that is. Anyways.
So, Summer Rose Court is a fan-made visual novel inspired by the RWBY franchise.
They've been making this since the in-between Volume 1 and 2.
Yeah.
That's a very long time.
In this game, you play as long-lost Princess Ruby Rose. After years of hiding her identity, she is forced to reclaim her birthright in order to protect her kingdom. Along the way, she must recruit new allies, including Knight Commander Ice, Mysterious Faunus Rebel Blake, Dragon Tamer Yang Long, and the inexperienced soldier Jean Arc, Captain Pyrrha Nikos, Acolyte Lai Ren, and Fearless Sailor Nora Valkyrie. About the game.
Making Nora Valkyrie a sailor makes a lot of sense.
Summer Rose Court is a visual novel with a single storyline, several important decisions to make, and 5 major endings. The final word count is
220,000.
Holy shit! That's a lot of words.
So there are some secrets you would have to replay the game to discover. Yeah,
There's also a dating sim element to this game. We're excited to announce there are 7 optional romance paths for
7 is
Ruby
probably,
Rose.
I guess you're probably not, it would be
7
weird.
is standard for a visual novel. Like in Seduce Me, you have the 5 boys and then you have 2 girls. You also have Diana and some side characters.
At the top they mentioned, so the 3 people, and that's weird. You can, I guess they're not related in this AU.
This means all of Team Ruby and Team Juniper have romance paths.
You can date Yang as Ruby. It's not weird because they aren't related in this version, but it's bumping up there.
You can download here. We want to extend our deepest thanks and gratitude. Alright, so keep moving forward, everyone. So this is the website for the game, which we are going to use to download it. Obviously, the art is very pretty.
It looks very nice.
Okay, so this is a different synopsis. So, in this visual novel, Ruby Rose is the long-lost princess of the Kingdom of Vale, heir to the titular Summer Rose Court. She is discovered and pulled from her peaceful life in the desert back to the capital of Beacon. She must prepare for war against creatures of Grimm, and then this is the same as before. 5 endings depending on your choices. So during the hiatus between volumes 1 and 2, a group of about 30 fans got together and said, wouldn't it be neat to make a visual novel and make it really gay with like lots of endings and ranting patch and stuff? How hard could it be? 4 years later, we realized pretty fucking hard.
So I guess it was somewhat collective.
Yeah. And they kickstarted the project and all that stuff. And so that sounds
I think they
pretty
mean kickstarting in the colloquial style.
Yeah, not like a Kickstarter, but like the person here by the name of Dory kickstarting.
Yeah, they know.
Anyway,
it's a turn of phrase.
Yeah,
it has existed before this,
and so we can download this.
There's been a lot of talk because I don't know if you remember this. A very long time ago, we did a brief video, a gameplay video.
Oh, and it was awful.
And it wasn't very good.
Yeah.
Is there a fanfic with the same name? Probably. It sounds at least slightly familiar. But...
Ooh! There's more visual novels on this website? That's awesome. So if you guys don't know, I really like visual novels. I'm a visual novel... Nerd.
Junkie.
Okay.
Slut.
So I'm really excited to play some of this with you guys today.
And
I've
really
always wanted to make a visual novel, but
so
I have trouble doing
But you lack talent in programming and art skills.
Well, there's actually a couple of easy programs. Actually, let me, how do I get to my desktop inconspicuously without you guys seeing my entire, screen over here?
Or how that your desktop
I guess there's no
is
way.
a naked picture of you?
That's fine.
That's fine. You'll see that eventually.
So, right here, I have a visual novel maker, actually. And it's not coding. You put in widgets, and then the widgets are the things that do things.
Okay.
This may take some time, but I thought just to show you guys. I don't know if this is what they used to make it. They probably didn't. There are a couple different ones out there. I like to use RenPy, but I bought this off of Steam for... Alright, Steam, come on. So professional, guys. But yeah, so I got this off Steam, and there's not really anything in it. I can write, I just have... I can write.
That looks like the top of someone's hat.
Yeah.
Is that the amount of art you've gotten done? Oh, hello.
Oh no, it's loading. It's doing its best.
Wow, even her quill is rainbow. Like they know who's.
So I don't have anything like in right now, but like, you know, you can make a new project, and then you can like put in widgets, and it shows you how to make one. Anyway, I just thought that that was cool for the curious. So anyway, we are going to be playing this game, so I'm gonna do a brief cut so we can install it and open it. Okay guys, so I actually looked in the game files for this, and they did use RenPy.
Oh, cool.
So that's pretty cool. So this is the opening
screen.
screen.
Then why haven't you made your... I'm joking.
Art.
Yeah.
To be honest, that's the biggest reason I haven't done it. Hey, if you guys are artists and want to hear about a very cool story, contact me anyway.
Cool, I guess, yeah. Fuck it up.
So we're gonna do this in parts, I think. We're gonna play a little bit in this video.
There are several companion... Oh, okay, never mind.
Would you like to Okay, and her foster sister, Yang.
Nope.
No!
No, we're getting weird.
I probably won't pick Yang as a romance option today.
Wow, I love how... Ooh, Prola. I'm already so into this. Should we dim the lights and...
Dim the lights?
It was soon to be a grim night.
Okay, hold on. We have to turn this down a little bit.
The kingdom of Vale and its capital heart beating. A shining jewel of a city, it was an island of hope amidst the despair that ran rampant through the rest of the plain.
I don't think plain is spelled right. Because that's like plain like airplane. Isn't plane spelled differently when they mean a field?
Maybe. Yeah, you're right. I think, yeah, right. Plain with an I is plain with a field. Plane crash, yeah, that's the different kind of plane. Well,
anyway!
2 seconds in, you had to ruin my fun!
I'm sorry.
But soon, the kingdom came under siege from a threat that its people, well, yep, no, that's the right, anyways, people had long thought only be in it.
Whatever, if it's legible, we got it.
We got it. The creatures of Grimm. Oh, wow.
From the shadows they erupted.
From the shadows they erupted, eager to devour.
I hope
One
this
horde
isn't too loud for
the
you
city
guys.
itself,
It's really loud for me.
ravaging every bright soul within.
Hold on.
I love how for this, I kind of like that sort of minimalist art that they have going on here, but it is a little like... It is a little like, boo, but I dig it regardless. I like the brush strokes. Anyways, another horde, smaller but no less dangerous, made to ransack the castle. Oh, fuck me. What even are... Oh, they're like jumpy boys! The castle guard stood no chance, for the creatures of Grimm have hides too tough for blades to pierce. Their fangs and claws were made to rip through armor, to break bone and tear flesh asunder. This they did in their eternal quest to slake the hungers that drove them. As so they would, moving further into the castle to come upon the King and Queen of Vale. Vale's rulers were brave and true, fierce fighters who defended their homes and families with strength and determination. I love how they have the eyes in the background. Mm-hmm. Really, the music makes it for me.
Ooh, look at that!
Oh.
That looks cool.
But even... She is the one, Sailor Moon!
Oh my god.
But even the mighty King and Queen were soon overtaken and devoured.
Yikes.
I also can't read. No human forged steel nor mere human strength could possibly defeat the foul beasts. All seemed lost as the night drew on. Screams of horror shattered what had once been a quiet evening. Hello! It was then that King's advisor, Lord Ozpin, and his longtime friend, we know what that means, Lady Goodwitch appeared. Lady Goodwitch, a renowned wizard of the north, cast devastating spells that vanished the Grimms from the castle. I really liked... Why did Ozpin have such short hair in that? I dig short hair, Ozpin. Boobies! Though the mighty forces of magic... Lady Goodwitch saved the people of Beacon from the horde of Grimm. The people gave great cheer as they realized what had come to pass and that their lives had been spared. That last one didn't make grammatical sense. It's not my fault. However, their cry of celebration soon turned to one of mourning as they realized that their king and queen had been lost to the attack. And upon further investigation, the young princess of the kingdom had vanished as well, presumed dead. You know what this art reminds me of? It reminds me of, like, oldish... You know how, like, when serialized webcomics, like, what was the one that the guy who later did Undertale did?
Homestuck?
Homestuck, like stuff like that. It reminds me with its thick lines, and then, yeah. However, Lord Ozpin was not convinced that the Grin had slain the young princess, as they had her parents. He asked Lady Goodwitch to search for a sign of the princess and across the entire kingdom if necessary. Lady Goodwitch agreed, and as Lord Ozpin took the throne as regent the next day, she swept away into the night. And so begins our story. Oh, you're riding on...
Arabian Nights!
Not like Arabian days!
Oh, dear.
I wonder, I guess 3 acts then? Ooh. Dun, 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 dun.
Is that me? I stretch and wake. Oh, it's early.
Oh,
At least I slept well anyway. No nightmares last night. Yang's gone already. That's new. I'm usually up way before she is. 7 years later, and she still manages to surprise me. I'm gonna find Yang. We probably got chores that need doing. Check the sand dragon pens. That
Ooh,
sounds
sand
like that's
dragons.
where she is.
Ember? Oh, and then the other one's gonna be Cecilia, isn't it?
Oh man.
Look at her abs!
Fuck.
Oh!
Hey,
Wow!
don't take that tone with me. You know better. I'm working with what I got, alright?
My God!
Okay, you read for Ruby.
You could bounce a penny off those! You could use her abs as a fucking ruler! You could stick... She could keep, like candy sticks? What are those candy stubes that you cut and there's sugar in it? Pixie sticks! You could stick pixie sticks in between her abs that she could store for later. She is ripped and muscly, and frankly, Ruby should follow suit. Anyways, Yang, what's going on?
Morning, Ruby. The dragons are just throwing a temper tantrum, isn't that right, Ember?
What about Cecilia? Called it.
I had to separate her from the rest of the dragon. She wasn't playing nice.
What's got them so upset? We can't exactly afford to have angry sand dragons on our hand.
Ah, well, we gave them food last night thinking we'd have plenty left over, but...
We're out of dragon food?
Yep.
You checked all the bags.
Yep, we're completely out.
Yang, how could you? Remember the last time we were out of food? We had to feed them one of your spare 10-pack.
It's not gonna come to that this time because I have your first chore for today.
Are you serious? Why do I have to do extra work because you can't take care of your dragons?
Because I'm the big sister and I make the rules.
Do you see these pecs? Do you see these guns? Do you see these freckles they gave her?
Besides, you were a big sleepyhead and I woke up first, so I got the easy chores. Those are the rules. Take them or leave them. The dragons need me to stay here and babysit them so they don't cause havoc in the pen, so you gotta move on to the market.
Fine. I'll go get them some food.
Get back here as soon as you can.
I really dig the artwork. I like how they've sort of made the RWBY characters their own. Wow, there are a lot of people here. The market hasn't been this busy in a while. I searched through piles of animal feed looking for dragon food, but finding nothing. Dragon food is very distinct. Unlike other animals, they don't need to drink water more than once every few months. In fact, too much water makes them unhealthy. There's a lot of speculation as to why this is, with explanation ranging from the biological to the occult. In the end, no one knows for sure. The end result is that the only thing a dragon will eat is... Okay,
Dissected?
Desiccated meat, essentially mummified by being buried under the sand for at least a week. Okay, so I think dissected. Hey, do you have any dragon food? I'm not seeing any. Supplier. And can I say that I've also fallen in love with the supplier?
I'm almost positive we have at least one bag somewhere in here. I'll go check for you. I was gonna give her an accent.
You should. I think you should have gave the supplier an Italian accent. I'm sorry, but we are completely out. The next shipment is due later this week. If you don't mind, I'll watch it. Gabagoo! Do you find that racist?
Yeah.
Oh well, I don't care. The Grim has been attacking our city convoys recently, so it's been difficult to restock. That sounded more like Joey from Yu-Gi-Oh! No, don't worry about it. I'll head back to the stables and ask Yang what she wants to do. Thanks for looking, though.
Come on, you lazy dragon, back inside.
Hey, Yang. The Suspire didn't have any feed, so she won't have any more until later this week.
Ruby, we need that food now. We can't keep hungry dragons smack dab in the middle of the village.
This fucking Italian, and you know how I feel about Italians, wouldn't give me any goddamn dragon food. We could go to the next village over. They don't have as many dragons as we do, so they're bound to have some feed for sale.
Yang takes the tack off the wall and starts to saddle up the dragons. That'll work. If we leave within the hour, we can get there in afternoon and leave before
Also, I don't think you understand how supply and demand works, Ruby. They don't have a lot of dragon feed. Presumably, they won't have a lot of dragons. Those would coalesce. Anyways, continue.
Don't forget to bring a weapon this time, okay?
That was one time!
I'm serious. We've been getting reports from some of the other clans that the Grimm are acting up. Don't get snippy just because I'm looking out for your dumb butt.
Sure. Don't worry. I'll be sure to keep Little Thorn on hand at all times. Oh, because she's like
that rickety old thing. I know it belonged to your uncle, but you really need to find something sturdier soon, Ruby.
Little Thorn is a beauty and a treasure. Don't you dare talk about my child that way.
Whatever. Just saddle up Cecilia and let's go.
Ooh. I'm really digging some of the art style that, like, this looks beautiful. And I really like how in the character designs they've sort of, you know, switched it up a little. So they're alike but different. I dig that. Yang and I go to the neighboring village. Although there hasn't been hostilities between the clans in a long time, we are treated very coldly.
Clans.
Get the fuck out of here! Anyways, I'm sorry. Please don't actually. Okay, it is made clear that the sooner we leave, the better. Is that a person? Imagine if you find the guy from the Nomad walking a little better, but not wanting to start a scene so far from home and safety. We pay for our goods and leave while the sun is high. It isn't ideal traveling conditions, but we are more willing to face the desert than a town full of prickly strangers. Yang. Oh, I love how Yang's just like one boob out, half of my six-pack. That's what you see. Was it just me, or were some of those villagers treating us, well, rudely?
Yeah, but I didn't want to start anything.
You wanted to avoid trouble for once?
Quiet you.
I thought we were in a truce with that tribe. Why the sudden hostility?
I don't know, I'll have to bring it up with Dad at the next council meeting. We do have a history with that clan, you know. Most of it isn't very nice.
Well, I know that. But that was ages ago. From before I came here. It makes no sense that they'd get agitated over this now. When we aren't outright fighting, we need to look after each other. That's the only way anyone can survive in this place. Oh, I like Ruby.
People.
It still bugs me that they treated us like that, though. Did they think we crossed the desert just to pick a fight with them? Historically, that has happened a few times.
Aw, sis, don't be too grumpy. I think it was a productive trip. And besides, it's not the destination, it's a journey. That's why I love traveling.
I love you, but you need to put some Yang energy.
But what Yang energy do I have?
Close your eyes, right? Imagine. You're a goddess of
I can't
Imagine, close your eyes
and read
Imagine,
at the same time.
but no, I'm gonna get you there. Imagine you are a queen of the desert. Your skin is the light just flickered, you didn't see that. Your skin is it's happening again. You're buff. You got titties for days. You can bench press your girlfriends. Get that energy. Energy, right? Give me Yang. Yang, you've never left the desert your whole life.
It's still traveling if I'm riding the dragons. I just like to move, okay? But speaking of leaving the desert, you know, your birthday's gonna roll around real soon. Maybe you and I should take a trip, like a real one, to somewhere far away. I even saved up a bit of money. I was gonna surprise you, but I guess you would need time to think about where we want to go, what we're gonna pack to make preparations and stuff.
How much money?
Well enough! I'm not enough to open a portal or anything. But...
we have a face cam going, right?
Yeah.
They saw that? Okay, so they don't think we're crazy. We can't!
Can we try turning that back off and turn it back on again? Alright! What?!
Open a portal. We can't. Even if you had all the money in the village. Is this like... living material can't pass through the portals that go on the other planes. Not without a rose on the throne, rather. Though we are far, far from prying ears in the desert, I feel a tension build on the backs of my neck. This isn't something we are supposed to talk about, not even in passing, not even alone.
I didn't know that.
Not a lot of people do. Trade still flows, so no one questions it, probably. The only time they open the portals for human is during wartime. That's what I learned anyways.
Still, ignoring that, what do you think about my idea, taking a trip?
Even with the sun glaring down at us, I feel cold. My hands get clammy the way they do after the nightmares that still haunt my sleep. Yeah, you kicked that desk. I think it would be safer if I didn't do that. Though she tries to hide how disappointed she is, I can still feel it radiating off her biceps. Her beautiful... Anyways, Yang was never very good at concealing her emotions.
Oh, I just thought, you know, if we avoided the capital. You'll never stop waiting for that guy to come back, will you? It's been 7 years since he left you here, Ruby. Can't you just let him go? If he was gonna return, wouldn't he have done it by now? If they really needed a princess, they wouldn't have sent you away.
So they know she's a princess, or at least they assume.
Yeah.
It's more than that. I just can't go back to that castle, Yang. I can't even risk it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't even want to think about it.
Well...
She looks around her, desperately trying to deflect the conversation elsewhere. We are now near a well-known way station between the villages, and she latches on to this fact. She points off to the distance, gesturing to the watering hole.
What do you say to a little break?
My sister and I approach the oasis, intent on water and shade. Uh-oh, we're barely 30 feet from the patch when the sand sharts starts shaking.
And that's all we got for today, everybody. So if you guys want to find out what happens next time,
you can get a free game, or you can come back
the game
for
or
us.
come back later. Yeah. So
because we promise Italian accents and love and pretty awesome art.
Maybe some more energy next time when I'm not
You're a little
dying.
sleepy?
Also, hitting the desk made the light go out.
Yeah,
so
I saw that. You were subtly trying to kick the...
Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Remember, you guys should download the game. The links are going to be in the comment section.
I am so excited about this.
Just because all my descriptions are the same, they're always written over. Mm-hmm. If that makes sense. Like, every single video on the channel has the same description. So, whenever I post links, it'll be in the comment section.
Yes.
I'll post some links. And we'll see you later. Bye, guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, you guys should consider being patrons over on Patreon. Our $10 patrons get 3 video tickets, which means they can pick 3 video topics for us to do a month. Our $5 patrons get early access to basically everything that we put out a week in advance, early access, in fact. And our $1 patrons get access to our Discord server. They get to participate in polls and all of that sort of fun stuff. So I hope that you guys will consider becoming a patron, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.